Hey everybody, welcome to Crop or Flop. Things are changing in the garden. We have pea pods coming on the sweet peas. We've been eating lettuce and spinach for a while. The broccolini is getting big. The pole beans are coming up. Summer squash. It's gonna be yellow. I got some kale today that I'm gonna try. Jalapenos are still having some issues, but they are getting new leaves and I'm still hopeful. Carrots are really getting bigger. I've been eating some radishes. I did plant some more French breakfast, and I've been trying to thin out that lettuce and my dill. Pretty soon there's going to be vegetable soup. I can taste it already. Here's the beefsteak tomatoes. Got one more over here. And then this boxcar willy. And these are all boxcar willy also. I decided to try some okra. I've never had it before, and I have read that red okra is got less of the jelliness to it. So I decided to try it. If I don't like it, it's actually a very ornamental plant and has very pretty flowers. So if nothing else, it'll be ornamental. These little teddy bear sunflowers are still short, but they just keep growing. I don't know, outward more than upward. The bush beans have really come a long, long way. I'm pretty impressed, actually. The zinnias are doing well, as are the marigolds. I did pinch off a few of the blooms so that they would get to be a bigger plant, but I'm not pinching off anymore at this point. The asparagus beans are almost ready to be connected to the trellis. Hopefully next week. A little more kale, some patty pan squash coming up. I planted those pretty late because something else didn't come up here, so I just threw them in and they're growing good. Cucumbers, more cucumbers, and then we start in on the small melons. Kachari, little sweets, and is that a bloom? No way. Huh. And Jenny Lynn. That surprised me, sorry. And these are gourds, small pumpkins. Just decorative stuff for the fall to put out so I don't have to buy them. We got more marigolds, zinnias. Since my rhubarb got so beat up by the hail, it is getting some new small things, little leaves on it, but it was looking pretty pathetic actually. So today I bought another one. So the rhubarb is in with the strawberries. I was told to pinch off all the strawberries the first year, which those over on that side are the Juneberry, and so I am going to continue to pinch those off. However, these are everbearings over here. Probably going to pinch them off until maybe July, August, and just see if I get any fruit for the fall on them. More more marigolds that are about ready to bloom, and some nasturtium here. Still a little beat up by the hail, but a lot of good leaves coming on those too. These are the Roma tomatoes. Got one back there in a pot. I've got some leaf curl on all of mine, and I don't know if it's because of all the rain that we had last week or what, but they keep growing, and the stems are super strong. So I'm just hopeful that it's climate between hot and rain, back and forth. Some more nasturtium. Over here we got a couple peppers and a couple flowers. Here are the spoon tomatoes. A couple onions in there, but I've seen today that these have some little blooms coming on them, which I'm pretty excited about. And over here, this is the cherry tomatoes. I haven't seen any blossoms on those yet, but they are having very strong stems and looking good, even though they've got a little bit of leaf curl also. The sunflowers literally have grown a foot. I kid you not. And they're growing more all the time. There's several different kinds here at several different heights too. I still have a few marigold that I have not planted yet. That is sweet asylum, however you say it. That needs to be in a bigger pot and planted. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it this year or not. I haven't showed you this before, I don't think, because it was empty. And I did find, this is on the north side, so it's it gets a bit of shade because it's under our small shed here. So I did find a couple of bushes and some flowers that will be okay with the shade, and they're very pretty colors, and they're even better in the fall of what I understand. I did throw a couple of yarrow down here just because I had extra, and it does get some sun down on this end in the morning more than the rest of it does. I'm getting ready to stake my blueberry bush up to this very soon. I've got some snapdragons getting ready to do some blooming. My brassica, broccolini are not doing as well over here. I don't know if it's because they're in a pot or what, but they're still doing okay. Little hail damage still on those bottom leaves. There's a little bit of a hot mess with some weeds here, but I do have some zinnias getting ready to do some blooming, and also some marigolds. Here are the zucchini, which have grown a lot, and I'm pretty excited about how they're doing. This is our watermelon. More zinnias and marigolds in between. And these are the pumpkins. They were getting a little underwater, so I did stick a couple more seeds in, and they do seem to be coming up on the sides there. So I may have a lot of pumpkins. But then over here is our cantaloupe. I did stick a couple more seeds in that too. It looks like I have one coming up there, and possibly one coming tucked in right down there. I'm hoping that those will possibly do better than the ones I started inside and hardened off, just because they got so hail damaged. Just a backup plan, I guess. Here we have more marigolds. Got some onions in between here and some more zinnias. My lonely rose bush didn't get much care and seems to be doing well. Got a couple of very pretty colored flowers on it and some very pretty buds too. This was here. I did not plant this. I'm not a big rose fan and I don't know much about them, but we're just gonna let it grow. I think we were supposed to cut it off last fall, and I've got one thing laying here, but I'm gonna look into what we need to do with it this fall better so that we can actually get some use out of it and make it look prettier. The bench Mitch made for me, and I bought this wooden pot to sit on it. Some marigolds that are doing very well. Snapdragons, that's aster, I believe, and this is a sweet potato vine that I bought that. I did not start that from seed. Another thing of marigolds, more marigolds and snapdragons, and this cute little umbrella. Neat. My sweet peas are finally recovering from the hail and getting bigger again. I did add a little thing to the back of that. These are my pumpkin on a stick. They really got stunted with the hail, and they seem to be coming along, but it's been slow going. Got some bachelor's buttons here and snapdragons both, I think. I did plant yarrow in a couple places here, and they are doing really well, actually. This plant, we got aster, psyllium, and I think that's snapdragon. No, that's not snapdragon. I'm not sure what's in the middle. Oh, the middle is bachelor button. This is my little front box of pansies. And Mitch's Hawkeye area got some additions. I put the black-eyed Susans in here. They're doing pretty good. This one here actually has one that's about ready to bloom. Hollyhocks are coming up. Those will be black. I did put some white Shasta daisies in just yesterday, and they are coming up, but slowly. And some of this I'm not sure if it's weeds or if it's baby's breath or if it is hollyhocks or what. The rain really messed up the way I had seeded things because we had so much. So I'm waiting for it to get a little bigger to decide what's what. I did buy some black petunias because mine did not work. And these are all purchased here, but I wanted to get some color in the front of the house. Zinnias, a little bit of flowering. Psyllium there. These are gonna be blooming sometime soon. We did get a lot more done with the landscaping. The paper is all down. We've got a front row here of black-eyed Susans and yarrow over there, and then we have a row of purple cone, and behind that another row of yarrow. I started all of this from seed. All of these too. More black-eyed Susan. This has some more zinnias and aster in it. And I just planted this bee balm, which I did purchase today. So our ornamental grass, it's called Standing Ovation. And if you can look close, you can see some color in it. I bought 4 of them, and 3 of them actually made it, but I'll have to replace the other one. But they're supposed to get 2 or 3 feet tall, and in the fall, they are really supposed to be very colorful. My vine is growing and getting bigger. I did throw some sunflowers in here just to give it a little bit more to look at until the vine gets more showy. So that is, it's getting there. Here's the other Standing Ovation. This one has the most color. You can see on the leaf here that it's got some color going there. So that's where we're at, guys. It's supposed to get rainy tomorrow and be 68, and then on Monday 91. So those fluctuating temperatures are just not super great for growing. But we'll take the moisture when we can and water in between and pray, I guess. Thanks for stopping by, watching the video. We're getting some crop and not as many flop, so that's a really great thing. So we'll sign off and catch you next time.